Kenneth was born in Ottawa and grew up in Canada after briefly living in India. Kenneth used to train with Gian. Kenneth also holds a Mahon Verde belt. Kenneth's Capoeira nickname is Polvo, which means octopus.
I started Capoeira when I finished high school. I played a lot of sports in high school, and when high school ended, I wasn't really good enough to play any college sports, so I found Capoeira through a good friend of mine who was already training, and fell in love. I've been training ever since. I DJ for a living, so I play music in nightclubs and make people dance. Good with Capoeira and with DJing, but they're both really hobbies that I picked up in university, and I was just blessed that I've managed to turn those hobbies into kind of full-time employment. So the principal instrument in Capoeira is called a beating bow. It's very unique. It's one of the oldest instruments in the world, and it originally comes from Africa, but it's a long gourd with a stick made from a garimba tree, and it's basically it's a percussion instrument that looks like a bow and arrow. So that's one of the instruments, as well as the atabaque, which is the big drum, which is another African drum, and a pandero, which is essentially a tambourine. And the music plays a big role in Capoeira because it dictates to the people who are playing what kind of ritual they should be following in the game. So Capoeira at its heart is a ritual and a game. So there's kind of guidelines, and the way that I experience Capoeirista can tell the guidelines is by listening to the music. So I really like playing Capoeira in the roda. The experience of playing an opponent in the roda of Capoeira is very, very difficult to describe. Like everything else in your life kind of disappears, and you have to live millisecond by millisecond, depending on how advanced you are. But the better you get at Capoeira, you really have to break down every millisecond of playing, and you're living fully in the moment, fully in that speed of time and problems and headaches and whatever is going on in your life just disappears. And it's a great feeling. It's a high. It's a natural high. It's like, I'm sure yoga masters and meditation experts, experience similar stuff. But it's a high, and I just basically fell in love with that experience and that feeling. So I train Capoeira and participate in the group just because I love playing in the roda. It's the main reason why. I like the friendship, and I love the group, and I've become really close to a lot of people here, which is nice. But it all kind of starts, for me, it all starts with the roda, with the experience of clapping, music, energy, two players in the middle, and participating in that, and feeling those basically impossible to describe feelings. That's what Capoeira is to me. In Capoeira, most people get nicknamed because, as the history goes, that Capoeira was developed by African slaves and natives, and when they'd escape, they would have to change their name because they'd only be named as the property of their slave owners. So they'd be renamed. It would become the Capoeira name. So that tradition's kind of been passed down. So lots of people get nicknames here. And my nickname is Polvo, which means octopus, because of my dreads. Kind of look like an octopus, I guess. I got that in my first couple of weeks of training, and it's just stuck. Capoeira there is kind of like hockey here in Vancouver. So it's a focal point for a lot of people in a lot of different communities. So it was really good to see that firsthand and really inspiring.
Thank you.
No problem.